that recording. Before we begin, there's flags both in the front and back, so we'll be facing this way. You all feel free to face forward. Also, if you're called to the mic or come to the mic, just state your name and address for the record, please. We good to go? All right. All rise. Oh yay, the Oklahoma County Commission of the County of Putnam is now sitting in regular session to transact all business required of it by law or any other business may come before it at this time. And now the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. See, we try to confuse you a little bit. That's why I try to give everybody that warning early on. And with that, gentlemen, I think you may have some edit registers for your initials, but other than that, I have a pretty easy day for you. Probably next meeting, I hope to have a little bit of redistricting information. I don't know what all will be there I know the numbers that they would say would be hard to read have come out on the 16th, and yes, they are hard to read. Right. It's just a bunch of files, and they're really not labeled very well, and I'm having a hard time trying to even find our files for Putnam County within the mass of files. So the next meeting, hopefully, I can dial it in a little bit for you. And then also, I contacted Mr. Williams from the parks there, and he said that there's a prom scheduled in kind of like the first Saturday of early voting. When he told me that they schedule, weddings and stuff like that about a year out, I thought, I better call over there and make sure we try to block some dates off for our early voting over there. So probably the next meeting, maybe we'll discuss, do we not want to have early voting in an off non-presidential year over there? Do we want to have early voting for maybe a week, like Monday through Saturday instead of the full-blown? Or do we want to do the full-blown Wednesday to Saturday and try to figure out a way to work around that prom in the middle there? Because they'll need probably that Saturday to, the day before, I don't know if it's a Saturday. I assume it'll be a Friday to fix things up, and then Saturday will be the prom. So obviously, we're worried about the security and safety of the ballots and make sure everybody's votes counted and it's safe and secure. So we want to do what's best for the voters. So be thinking about that, and I'll have more information for you in the next meeting there. But other than that, I don't have anything to report.
Thank you.
Make a motion we approve the edit registers and invoices as reflected by the county clerk.
Second.
Have a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Approval of the prior meeting minutes.
Didn't see any changes. I make a motion to approve prior meeting minutes as presented.
Second.
Have a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Erroneous assessments, combine and divide. There were none. Person payroll changes.
Make a motion to approve personnel payroll changes as presented by staff.
Second.
Have a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Payment of bills.
Make a motion to approve payment of bills.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Commissioner reports.
I'll go ahead and start. We did have a development authority meeting this past Tuesday, and we are starting to see some interest in some property that we have in our industrial park with the announcement of the rest of 35 finishing up hopefully for the end of the year. There are some businesses that are looking to locate in our industrial park. That's all I have to report this time.
I have a report that the Parks and Recreation will meet on September 2nd at 6 o'clock at the Valley Park. And the Fire Service Board will meet at 6 o'clock on September 14th. And that's all I have.
I'd like to bring the public up on two issues. The Lake Chedessa Drainage Project is completed successfully. So we have less opportunity for the roadway and the bank to fail around Lake Chedessa and less chance for flooding downstream. Our dilapidated housing, dilapidated enforcement agency had a meeting with EPA and the DEP today on the, shall we say, the old landfill out on Scary Creek Industrial Park. They're supposed to take samples and get back to us. So at least that is underway, and we finally got on the property. So that's a good thing. Any public comments? Anyone here want to speak on anything that is not on the agenda?
Yes.
She put her hand up first, so
I'm sorry.
if you'll come to the, state your name and your address, and please speak pretty close to the microphone. It helps us pick it up better.
Okay, my name is Marietta King, but my husband Benjamin is the one that should have been here, but his Crohn's disease is not being cooperative with him. His grandparents had owned property in hometown that he ended up becoming an heirship of, which is on the dilapidated list, and he had been working on it a lot.
Okay,
but
hold on a minute. Is that on the agenda later? Okay, we'll bring it up a little bit later and you'll speak on it then. This part is for something that's not on the agenda.
Okay.
So we'll bring you back up in a little bit.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, next.
I'm Vicki Lovejoy, and I'm here on behalf of everybody that lives in Putnam County, including you, everybody. First of all, I have an issue that we have no transportation that you can get in this county, that is the only county, to transport someone that is bedfast to a doctor's office. I've not addressed that with you all. I cannot to get my husband, because I chose to have him in my home to care for him during hopefully this short period of time. But unfortunately, you cannot get transportation, non-emergency transportation service in Putnam County. I was told at first when I called Tays Valley Fire Department, I was told that if he was on kidney dialysis, he's not. He had started out with a rare disease that 1 in 100,000 people have. My husband's a very good man, a very hard worker. I will fight to my death for the man. So what I'm trying to tell you, everybody deserves that. Every other county. Do you know where I had to get transportation for my husband? Do you know what we had to do? We have good insurance. We're on Medicare. I'm 70. Out of Pineville, West Virginia, agreed to go out of their area and transport my husband to doctor's appointments. He has an aneurysm on his back. His legs are fine, his arms are fine. This happened between hospitals, nursing home, which is also in our county. He went there for rehab. He come home. I bathed him. He had feces, dried feces. He had a severe yeast infection, and he had a bed sore. So do I want my husband? Do you want your family living under those? No, I haven't talked to them yet. I will. Right now, mine's concerned is the fact that we cannot get my husband for a CT scan or doctor's appointment that he severely needs. If that abscess would rupture, it is full. They did a biopsy. It is staph infection. Did not happen till after we were in the hospital. That's beside the point. Okay, if that would hit the broken part in his back, which he also sustained somewhere between the initial, I don't know what you would call it, that we're dealing with, the issue with his legs, the rare prodroma, and I can't pronounce the last name, and I've been so upset for 2 weeks trying to get my husband for testing. So yesterday, I took the day. I spent calling various county directors at EMS services. I did not write their names down. because I do not want to get them involved. It's between me and my county leaders and every citizen. Okay, I was told at one time this one county did cover Putnam County, but they don't anymore. I was also told if we were on Medicaid, we could get transportation. If we were a veteran, don't get me wrong, I would not deny anybody health care. But my husband's being denied health care because you, as our county commissioners, have turned our transport service over to Taste Valley Fire Department, that as of yesterday, after 3 or 4 phone calls begging for them to take my husband, told me that the only way that they could transport, the only time that they had available to transport, non-emergency, is on Sundays. That's the only time. I said, what dates do you have available? Maybe we can call and get these appointments changed to accommodate your schedule. I'd be glad to do that. Does not matter. He said, we're booked. He said, I said, so you're telling me that, we can't go to September the 8th, which we've got 2 appointments Monday, one Monday, one Tuesday, one September the 8th. Don't have anybody we can get to take my husband till a friend volunteered, stepped up, and has a business and provided transportation. But that should not be, Ron, I know you don't know me. I've met you before. Andy, I know your family. That's the only ones I know here. But that should not happen to the citizens of Putnam County. We voted you all in. And I don't think I'm asking anything unreasonable.
Can we ask you a couple of questions?
Yes.
Okay. Did you call Putnam Aging?
Pardon?
Did you call Putnam Aging?
I called Putnam Aging. They won't transport unless he can sit. He can't sit. May I sit down and speak? You can hear me. I have a big voice, loud voice, because I can't stand very long.
Yes, that'd be fine.
Right.
You-
He
you-
also has
you-
a broken back.
Okay.
He has a broken L5.
And he, so when I called Taste Valley, and I said, you can't, what are you telling me? You don't have any times available. And they said, thank you, Brian. Thank you. And they said, well, we don't. It doesn't matter if you can change your doctor's appointments. They don't have time. So the only way we can provide you transportation if somebody dies, exact word, not passed away or not, if somebody dies or decides they want to go to end of life care, meaning hospice.
So the main thing here, it was a non-medical transport.
That's the main thing.
Okay.
Then we'll get to an issue that I'm sure you're aware of. You should be.
Let's talk about this one first.
Right,
just so
okay,
we
that's
can
what I was
kinda
gonna
go
do.
through it. We have Michael White back here. So even before, Taze Valley and Hurricane got involved with running EMS calls, as a county, do we do non-medical transports? Or I don't know if, Michael, if you want to come up and,
Well, I might want to say before Mike speaks, I have called several counties. We are the only one that you cannot book. If we had an appointment in December, I can't get a schedule. The only county. Now, it's sad when we got to go to Pineville, West Virginia to get transportation.
Can I ask you a question about that?
Okay.
Was that when he was in the nursing home?
No, that was whenever we brought him home. He was able to walk till after he got out of the nursing home. We have a nurse that comes in, dresses his legs. He's got a PICC line, which he has to take an antibiotic every day. I had to learn, didn't have to, I chose to learn to do that. So I could bring him home. I could care for him. I've talked to Putnam Aging. In fact, I've talked to the director of West Virginia. I put a post on Facebook. A friend got a hold of her. we've worked with that. I've exhausted my resources. And to a friend that has a business, actually has a couple businesses, come up and said, I can get him there. Do not cancel doctor's appointments. If my husband, if that break in his back, if that abscess, and what the physical therapist is thinking is the abscess is expanding throughout his back. If that abscess grows, expands, gets bigger, and goes into his broken back, it could possibly rupture that. He would get staph infection all through his body. It could kill him. My husband's life worth more than that. And I would be willing to pay. You know, the dogs at the animal shelter gets better treatment from our county than what we give our citizens. And I'm very upset.
No, I understand. I understand what you're dealing with. What I'd like to do is find out, because this is the first time in my time of commission that I've ever heard that this is an issue. So I would like to find out, Michael being in 911 emergency services, what you may know about, has the county ever offered non-medical transports?
To my knowledge, we stopped transports of non-emergent transports back under, I think, early on in Cecil Kimball's career as EMS director. So that was 3 directors ago, as you know. I'm sorry, I don't know a time frame on that
Okay.
year-wise,
But it's been at least,
quite some time.
at least a decade.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And are you aware of any services in the county of non-medical transports?
No, none in the county. Kanawha County Ambulance does a lot of non-emergency transports, understanding that them, as well as everybody else right now, there's staffing issues, national crisis, so to speak, in that regard. So everybody's affected by that and getting back to their county, so to speak, to provide the services for their county instead of going
So
outreach.
before there were these staffing issues, there was availability,
Yes.
maybe not even within the county, but locally.
Yes, that
to do-
operated here.
To do non-medical transports.
Yes, Kanawha County Ambulance, Jan Care, Mason County EMS does non-emergent transports, I do believe still. That is a changing agency currently, so I can definitely say that they used to, not 100% sure that they do today, for sure. That's all the agencies that I know right offhand.
So this is an issue. This is an issue that hasn't been an issue in the past, but it looks like it might be with staffing issues, could be an issue that we're going to face in the
Certainly,
future.
yeah.
Okay. And Putnam Aging's response was because he couldn't sit, they didn't have
Correct.
the availability. Okay,
They're not staffed to do that.
okay.
And I could address a couple things that Mike said. Putnam County, Kanawha County did cover Putnam County up until about 3 or 4 years ago. I do not have the names of the person that I talked to. I don't want the name because I don't want to cause trouble. But he said that Kanawha County still covers some of the contracts that they had with people, that they had been long-time patients, but they can't take anymore. As Mike said, with COVID and everything, that's why Stat out of Pineville can't come. But I think it's terrible, and I can't emphasize this enough. I think it's terrible we have to go to Pineville, West Virginia, to get a transportation. Now, I have heard through some research I've done, Jan Care no longer transports individually. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is not a stone-proof case. But I have been told by reliable sources that they have contracted with nursing homes now and only transport from nursing homes. I do not know if that is 100% correct. I do know they sit down at Poplar Fork a lot of times. You see them sitting there because I have called them. I have called every available transportation service that there is. I've talked to my insurance company. They've called. They're the one that found Stat for me in Pineville. I've talked to them. I've talked to Putnam Aging. I've talked to the director of Aging. I left my notepad at home. Aging Disability Service for West Virginia State University. I've talked to her. And because a friend knew her, and she's tried. Faith in Action I have called every transportation service.
Ms. Lovejoy, if you'd be kind enough to give your contact information to Jeremy here.
Yes.
Jeremy, I'd like to direct you to get with our various agencies and see if we can come up with options. And then we'll get back to Ms. Lovejoy at that time, see if we have any options available to us, and then we'll see where we go from there. Sure. So, and can you have that for us, Jeremy, by the next meeting? We'll get it on the agenda and discuss it. It's apparently not been a big issue because I've been here for almost 5 years and this is the first case. So it does sound like something we need to address.
Right, because we are, you know, you guys are still young, but we do have aging people. And we've worked and helped build this county. I live on the poor side of the river, as they say, but, you know, I don't want to get into that. That's a joking thing. But anyway, you know, it is a very serious issue, and it doesn't even pertain just to age. If one of your children got hurt and you cared for them at home, say they fell off a tree, broke their pelvis, broke their legs, you want to bring them home and care for them.
Okay.
And I have one more issue, and then I'll shut up, because I know that's what you're wanting me to do.
No, you're
The
fine.
other issue I have is I called 911 one day. And you may be, like I said, aware of this. And I told them that my husband had a broken back. This was when he first started having the problem not being able to stand or walk. And he slid down beside the bed. And we were going to get ready. I was going to take him to the emergency room. I called him, and I said, he's got a broken back. You know, he's really having some serious issues, don't know what's going on. I said, but I can't get him up. I can't do, you know. So they came. They walked around the bedroom that's now our little room that he stays in. One got to his head, the other one got to his feet. Now, there's probably as much space maybe as from here to there, from where the bed is to the wall. And one of them looked at me and said, I can't lift him. I've got a bad wrist. The other one said, and I can't lift him because I have a bad knee. They looked at my husband that has 40% of his heart left due to a blood clot he developed in his heart, a broken back, an abscess on his back, and looked at him laying on the floor and said, you're just going to have to find a way to get up and get on the bed so we can put you in a wheelchair. Refused to help my husband.
You know what the date of that event was?
No, I don't, but it's on your records.
Excuse me?
It's on the 911 records. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but
I'd
if
known,
you can give me an approximate date, we can go back and research
do
who
you
those.
have it written down? This is our daughter. She's got more sense than her taking care of it.
Yeah, if you can get that date, then Michael, I need you to research that for us.
I talked to the director. I did call and report it to 911. He told me that one guy was no longer with him. And I want to ask a question. It may be not legal to give me this information, but is a director at 911 a permanent or part-time position right now?
So director of 911, or both are permanent, but you have a director of 911.
Director of EMS.
You have a director of EMS as well. How long ago did you make the call? Because we have a new director of EMS that's only been there a month or...
No, I said as of now. Is he part-time, or do we have a full-time director in EMS? Or part-time?
Full-time, yes.
Okay. It was, I'm sorry. I don't want to hold up your time. I know everybody wants to get home
Well,
and be with their families.
if you'll call the office and give that date to Jeremy, we can research that.
Okay.
That's not acceptable, obviously.
Right. And I replied to the director when I talked to him, and I did discuss it with him. He said the one guy was no longer with us, The other one was working that day, and as soon as I ended the call, he would talk to him. And I said, well, I'm not the boss, but he wouldn't be working at the end of the day if I was the boss. Yeah, I'm sorry. I worked for 40-some years for the telephone company and the electric company.
Okay.
I retired from one, went to another. That's not acceptable for anybody. It's not fair to you guys to be paying these people that cannot do the job.
Right.
That is a life-threatening situation.
Ms. Lovejoy, I appreciate you bringing this to our attention. And Brian, do we have all their information? Okay.
I'm finished. I've given it to you. I've told you. What you do with it, I hope is thinking, I know you have a budget. I'll work with them.
But Jeremy's going to do some research for us over the next couple of weeks, and he's going to give us some proposals for our next meeting, and then we can see what our options are at that time.
Thank you, Lord. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Ms. Lovejoy.
Thank you, Ms. Lovejoy.
Estate settlements and fiduciary orders. Larry, what do you need from us on the estate settlements and fiduciary orders?
Yes, just need a motion to authorize the president to sign off on the estate settlements and fiduciary orders.
Make a motion to approve state settlements and fiduciary orders as they've been presented and authorize the president to sign.
Second?
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Budget revisions.
No budget revisions today.
Okay, I'm going to save the other ones till the end.
That'd be fine.
The financial update for the health department is going to be postponed. Lolita's not available today. I'll take a motion to go into executive session for the purpose of interviewing Stanley Booth for the Public Service District Board.
So moved.
Second?
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. We'll go back down to this conference.
Excuse me. Okay, Ron.
Ron?
My name's Jeremy.
Jeremy.
I'll follow up. I do need the information on that call with help us trace who was on that call. Because we do have a new director that started a couple of months ago. Yes.
We'll see what our options.
Thank you.
At this point.
You don't need to fix anything if you don't.
Right.
Larry Fry.
Larry. Apologize. Now, my name is at the telephone.
Yeah, it's been many years there.
Yes.
Yes.
Telling your age, right about it. I'm not.
Maybe, 1,500 workers. She did that.
Thank you. He said it was a good time for us. Yeah.
I'm still trying to finalize it.
Did you provide your information to Jeremy Young? Y'all have a good evening.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just a matter of signing down. It ain't costing anything. You know, without that, they can never get it approved because planner has to know that you can get started. Yep. In order to approve anything, he's holding himself up. I'll accept a motion to go back into regular session.
Make a motion, we go back in regular session?
Second?
Have a motion, second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Decision regarding formal complaints received by the Office of Planning and Infrastructure and recommendation for county commission action by the DEA Board, case number 2021-17.
Good evening. Yes, case number 2021-17. I'm petitioning the county commission to accept and file a formal complaint against Anna Maria Cochran, respondent for case number 2021-17. A written complaint was received on May the 3rd, 2021. The inspection was conducted on May 27th for property located at 575 Washington Street, Bancroft, tax map 1, parcel 101. Photographs were taken at the time of the on-site inspection and are attached as Exhibit A. The public records indicate that the landowner of the property is Anna Marie Cochran. Copy of the deed and tax records are attached as Exhibit B. The landowner did sign for the certified letter on August 3rd. Return receipt is attached as Exhibit C. The DEA recommendation shall include removal of all overgrown vegetation, trash, refuse, and any other debris from off the lot of record. There are photographs for you to review.
So it has been cleaned up?
No, I went there last Thursday. What's that, 19th? And-
So same condition as your
Yeah,
May, okay.
right. The front doesn't look that bad. It's the backyard that's given some issues and, yeah.
Yeah, I only have two photos here, and it's not, oh, okay, I can see I can see some of it to the back of the one photo, Exhibit A.
Yeah, there's some
Looks like there's
missing,
some trash and stuff out in the yard there.
some missing
And-
underpinning.
And the photo's not real clear, but is there a bunch of stuff on the front porch there as well?
That's, to me personally, that was like normal, every day. Not every day, but
So
porch
what,
furniture and stuff, porch.
okay, what is the
Forward.
DEA Board recommending to us on this?
Yeah, to remove all overgrown vegetation, trash, refuse, and any other debris from off the lot of record.
Has the homeowner contacted our office at all?
No, and I kind of stopped there for a second because her name is similar to another
Okay.
case, but no, she has not.
All right, so with this one, we need to accept the complaint first
Yes,
and then file the complaint.
that's
So
right.
I'll make a motion that we accept the complaint for case number 2021-17 as it's been presented.
Second?
Have a motion, second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I have the orders here with me. So-
And then we can go ahead and, for the follow-up, I'll make a motion that we file the complaint for case number 2021-17 as presented.
Second?
Have a motion, second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Ms. Peck, when this one comes to us for the next level, if you could get a few more pictures around it, I think it'd be quite helpful.
It's kind of hard because I can't get into the yard. I could see if there's maybe Corporal Grimmick could go out with me, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, the
It's
sheriff-
kind of a sketchy area too.
Okay, well, the
so-
sheriff's always been good about getting you some help, so let's
Yeah.
use him,
I'll-
okay?
I'll contact the sheriff's office.
Okay, thank you. I just want to see some more photos because those
Sure.
aren't what we typically see, let's say. And I'm sure it's bad in the back, but it's better to be able to see it visually.
Right, I'll contact the sheriff on it next time. Let me write.
Case number 2021-34.
Yes, I'm petitioning the county commission to accept and file the formal complaint against Marky Maddox, respondent, for case number 2021-34. A written complaint was received on May the 28th, 2021. The inspection was conducted on June the 3rd for property located at 111 Rustic Highlands in Hurricane, tax map 212C, parcel 21. Photographs were taken at the time of the on-site inspection. These photographs are attached as Exhibit A. Public records indicate that the landowner of the property is Marky Maddox. A copy of the deed and her tax records are attached as Exhibit B. The landowner did call my office on July 7th, 2021 at 1:43 p.m. A copy of the file memorandum is attached as Exhibit C, which shows that he did receive my notice of complaint letter because I didn't receive a receipt back on his case. The data recommendations shall include the dismissal of the case. To further stipulate on that, the home does have some cosmetic flaws on the outside, but the structure is sound. According to state code, we can't do anything about homes that are just vacant. This property does have an HOA, and I talked to one of the ladies. I don't know if she was on the HOA or not, but she is a neighbor of this property. And she said the property has had several liens put against it, but nothing ever changes. Yeah, but to me, I mean,
When you say that,
previously you stated that you didn't want to go after people that didn't cut their grass. That's the only thing I really saw that might pose an issue.
when you say that they have had liens put on it, I'm assuming you mean the HOA has placed liens on it?
Yes.
So they just need to take it to the next level there, it seems to me.
Right, yeah.
Our dilapidated housing doesn't have any real teeth just to call them to mow the grass, I don't believe.
Yeah, I think it might be asking too much for us, for the county to police grass cutting.
That, and also they're like they're driving down property values because it's vacant for 15 years. But according to state code, we have no jurisdiction about homes that are sitting vacant. We can't do anything about vacant homes.
I wonder, Larry, just
So-
a curiosity, just for research purposes, I know municipalities, they can charge a fee for if a home's vacant 1 year, there's a certain fee. If it goes vacant 2 years, the fee goes up, just to prevent issues like this. Would you mind to research to see if that's something that a county can do? Because it seemed to have been effective within municipality to encourage people not to leave vacant housing around.
I'll check into that.
Thank you. With that being said, I'll make a motion that we do not accept the complaint for case number 2021-34 as it's been presented.
Second?
Have a motion, a second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Case number 2021-25.
One second, I'm sorry. Okay, something new that you requested the last county commission meeting is a order to dismiss. So this is a new order that we created for dismissing cases. So I'm going to present that to
You
you.
just need a motion authorizing the president to sign,
Yes.
I think all of us are signed.
or all of us sign it?
First.
Yeah, my motion's probably still good.
Do we need a motion on that, Larry, or just sign the order?
I've already made the motion. to
He already made the
dismiss.
motion, yeah.
Okay, so if you've made,
We're
well, no, we're good, we're good. We're just doing the paperwork.
So this was the lady that was here?
No, that one will probably be, yeah, that one's up next.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, she had to leave. She does apologize. She has to go to work, so just letting you know.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
please continue.
Yes, I am petitioning the county commission to accept and file the formal complaint against Benjamin King, respondent, case number 2021-25. Rent complaint was received on May 17th, 2021. The inspection was conducted on May 20th for property located at 65 2nd Avenue, Hometown, West Virginia, tax map 175A, parcel 321, 322, and 323. Photographs were taken at the time of the on-site inspection and are attached as Exhibit A. Another inspection was conducted on August 19th, which revealed that the property owner has cut down the overgrown vegetation and has demolished the structure. However, there is still some trash and refuse and demolition debris. So I did provide you some updated photographs of that inspection from the initial inspection to show you the before and after photographs. Public records indicate that the landowner of the property is Benjamin King. Copy of the deed and tax records are attached as Exhibit B. The landowner did sign for the certified letter on June the 10th. Return receipt is attached as Exhibit C. The recommendations shall include from the DEA, demolition of the burnt structure, removal of trash, debris, and overgrown vegetation, and any other refuse from off the lot of record.
So it looks like we've had some work done on this, but there's still some work to be done. So even if we accept and file the complaint, the homeowner would still have 60 days before any sanctions would be
Right.
made? Okay.
They'll also have an opportunity for a public hearing.
Okay. I'll make a motion that we accept case number 2021-25 as presented.
Second?
Have a motion, second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye. And also, I'll acknowledge that some work has been done, but there's still more work to be done, so I'll make a motion that we file the complaint for case number 2021-25 as presented.
Second.
Have a motion, second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Case number 2021-20.
Yes, up next is a final order for property owner Anna Mae Craig. Respondent for case number 2021-20. Property is located at 14999 Charleston Road, tax map 212C, parcel 21. I did another inspection on August 19th, which revealed the property has been cleaned up of all trash, refuse, and debris. Therefore, I am seeking dismissal of this case today. So attached to your packet is before and after photographs of this property for your determination.
That's what they're supposed to do.
That's what they're supposed to do, yes. She's the one that called my office. Her name's very similar, so.
Based on the recommendation, I make a motion that we close case number 2021-20 as it's been presented.
Second?
Have a motion, second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
That's a good example of why we're doing this.
Absolutely, yeah.
Case number 2021-23.
Yes, I am presenting the final order to the County Commission for property owner Patricia Cathy, respondent for case number 2021-23. Again, I did an inspection on August 19th for property located at 1654 Hedrick Road in Scott Depot, tax map 224, parcel 98.4. Although it appeared that they're starting to do a little bit of cleanup, there's still some dilapidated structures on that property that needs to come down.
Well, where is this one? I thought the Kathy was the one out on Scary Creek Road.
They have 3 properties up there, well, 2 properties, but they have 3.
So this is the one on Hedrick Road. Is it out past the railroad track?
That's the railroad. No. Yes, well, you cross the railroad track. You could pass Parr Industrial Site where we were at
Okay.
today. You just keep going down and there's a bridge.
And then go to the right.
Yep.
That's Hedrick Road.
Yep.
You go out there. Right?
It's right, as soon as you cross that bridge, his property actually starts right there after the creek and continues up for a few acres or so.
Okay. And what all is on that property that's?
Well, some of it's the stuff he moved off of CNO property. Some of it's the stuff he moved off of AEP property. So, and then there's just stuff that's probably been there for many, many years.
How far are we along in the process with them?
This is the,
We're 90 days in, roughly?
this is the final order on that property.
And the final order will give them how long to clean it up?
60 days.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we're still 60 days from sanctions at this point.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
I'll make a motion, so we still have to accept the case or just file the complaint?
I would say file, right? File the order.
Yeah, so where this is filing the final order?
Yeah, this is filing
Okay.
the final
Yeah.
order.
I make a motion that we file the final order of case number 2021-23 as it's been presented.
Second?
Got a motion, second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
They've got a lot of cleanup to do. If they can make a good significant start on it, we could always delay it another
Yes.
period of time, but it doesn't look like they've made a lot of progress.
Not
Not
a
on
lot
the
of
other side
progress.
either.
Sheriff, have you been up there recently? Huh?
No. No, Mr. Cathy, I know him.
Case number 2021-37.
Yes, next is the final order for this property owner, Speedway LLC respondent for case number 2021-37. Again, I did an inspection on August 19th for property located at 551 US 60 in Hurricane, tax map 230, parcel 92.5. There are before and after pictures for you to aid in your decision. The DA's recommendation was to be previously in the formal complaint, was to clear all the overgrown vegetation, any trash, refuse, and debris. The inspection revealed that that has been taken care of. The structure is sound, and the doors are boarded up. And like I said a minute ago, according to state code, we can't do anything about a structure that's been vacant.
So the recommendation is to dismiss?
That's what I would suggest, because there's
Okay.
really nothing more we can do with this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make a motion, we dismiss case number 2021-37 as it's been presented.
Second?
Have a motion, second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Case number 2019-09.
Yes, this is John Flores, the property owner. This is at 116 Marina Park in Hurricane, tax map 223G, parcel 188. I just did before and after pictures for you. This property is up for sanctions. Yeah, it's come a long way since before. There is still some leftover residue, you could say, of trash.
Did this gentleman come before us?
He did.
He
He was a
came,
new owner of the property?
Yep.
or-
yeah, but he's had this property for a long time now. So probably April, I think.
Okay.
But,
What's the day of board's recommendation?
well, that was for the formal complaint. This is for the sanctions. So
Okay.
if I can
sanctions,
remember,
what-
it was for, there was a structures on there that needed torn down. There was trash, refuse, debris, overgrown vegetation.
He's made a lot of improvement.
Yes, he has.
We can either, at this point, fine him,
You can either fine him or dismiss the case.
or we can tell him we want to dismiss it, but we got a little bit more that we want him to do first.
And it's totally
We
up
can
to
make any
you.
recommendation.
Is there some additional stuff that you would like to see done? It is a huge improvement.
But I mean, you pick the trash up off the ground, you're almost there. I don't know why you don't finish it out.
In my
Well-
opinion, this is a night and day difference to when I first started with this property. Was it last year? So-
Tell him we're open to him just finalizing, finishing up the project, and we'll dismiss it.
Are these big tall weeds and stuff up next to these other trailers or houses, is that on his property?
That's on his property,
Okay.
yeah.
So it wouldn't, looks like a good hour and he could have that cleaned
Yeah.
up.
Why don't we,
Well, see, y'all delayed his sanctions the last time. You gave him an extension. So that sanction was $50 for 2 weeks and $100 after that. I just want to refresh your memory on that, yeah.
Okay.
I'm fine with sending notice and giving him 30 days to
get
get the
her done.
property.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so I'll make that motion that regarding case number 2019-09, that we give a 30-day delay, but notify the homeowner that we would like the property completely cleaned up so we can dismiss the case.
Second.
got a motion and a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
So your suggestions is the weeds along that fence?
Weeds,
The rest of the
trash.
trash, the rest of the trash
Trash.
and weeds, yeah.
All right.
Like Commissioner Skidmore says, he's probably got a
30
couple
minutes.
hours, and it doesn't look like a lot.
No.
All
He could
right.
probably spray some Monsanto and take care of those weeds. Okay. Case
So-
number 2020-21.
Yes, so this is a very familiar case, Shafiq Ahmed at 3735 Taze Valley Road in Hurricane, tax map 222, parcel 68. On August 19th, an inspection was conducted that revealed that after that 60-day extension that you gave him the last time, you asked him to replace the roof and the gutters. That has not been done, according to your previous orders. Again, this property is up for sanctions. Again, just let you know.
Do we ask him to replace the whole roof? Yeah, I don't remember the roof. I remember there was a gutter hanging off the back.
But can I address the county commission respectfully on this one? I don't know if the county commission wants to set a precedent of asking people to replace the roofs. I mean, I could see if it had extensive holes in it and dilapidated to a point to where,
Yeah, the only thing I recall was the gutter off of the back was adjacent, wasn't attached to the roof line.
right, but again, I'd like to, point out, do we want to be in the habit of telling people to replace their gutters? I want to respectfully say that to you today.
I believe there's been significant progress
Yeah,
on this piece of property, but we can always revisit this.
Yeah. And we can keep it. I've continued to see workers at the facility, so I don't mind to keep it in front of us until we feel like the property has been fully remediated.
So I need a motion just to hold it over?
Yeah, well, I'd make a motion that we review the case and notify the homeowner that it's still on our agenda, but review the case again in 60 days, just see what kind of, and I would like, Ms. Peck, if we could get some pictures from the back as well.
To do it again? Okay.
Yeah.
I can do that. I just did it like that because you just said the roof and gutter.
Sure. But I'll make that motion regarding case number 2020-21 as it's been presented.
Second?
Got a motion and a second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Request for a letter of support for Rivers to Ridges Heritage Trail for Mary Ingalls Loop. Jeremy Young.
Yeah, and on behalf of Lowell Wilkes, he sent us a letter for you to consider his request. I'll read just a portion of that letter. He says, "We are now in the process of submitting a request to the West Virginia Department of Highways that would go into effect once the new four-land is open. We are asking to extend Mary Ingalls Loop from the Buffalo Bridge to Henderson in Mason County and into Point Pleasant. We feel this will potentially be a very important part of the scenic byway. There are already several existing historic sites, beautiful scenes of large active farms, and a strong future for various recreation activities such as road bicycling. With the latter, we are already in the earliest stages of planning a bridge-to-bridge spring 2022 road bike event that will travel from Winfield to Point Pleasant and return. With all this in mind, Rivers to Ridges Heritage Trail is asking for the Commission's consideration of a letter of support for this request to the West Virginia Department of Highways."
I make a motion that we approve and sign the letter of support for Rivers to Ridges Heritage Trail for the Mary Ingalls Loop to West Virginia Department of Highways as presented.
Second.
Have motion second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And Commissioners, I do have a few orders for you today. The first order is issue a check from the General County Fund in the amount of $32,000 payable to Winfield Volunteer Fire Department for funds received from the West Virginia Governor's Office. This was a grant that came directly from the state to the fire department, but based on the state requirements, it had to go through the county commission. We deposited the check and then send them a check for the same amount.
Make a motion to approve the order as presented.
Second?
Have a motion and a second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Second one is issue a check from the TIF fund in the amount of $57,500.63 payable to West Banco Bank trustee for July 2021 TIF revenue.
Make a motion to approve the order as presented.
Second?
Have a motion and a second, all in favor, say aye.
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 Last order is to issue a check from the Spay and Neuter Fund in the amount of $215 payable to Help for Animals for services provided.
Make a motion to approve the order as presented.
Second?
Have a motion and a second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
That's all I've got today.
Anything else to come before the commission tonight?
I do not have anything.
Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion we adjourn to our next scheduled meeting, Tuesday, September 14th at 9 a.m.
Second?
Motion and second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Are we supposed to go over this?
No, that's just the